A circle is defined as the locus of all the points in a plane that are fixed distance radius from a given point. So for example, there's a point P. Now this point P can be anywhere. This point P can be anywhere on this circumference such that its distance from the center of the circle is going to be the same. Okay, it can be anywhere. So a set of points that satisfies a given condition is called the locus of a point. So any point on the circumference is going to be at a fixed distance from the center, that is going to be called the radius. Now, in this class, we are going to be learning how to find the equation of the circle. Okay, so if this is my center A comma B, and this is my point, any point on the circumference of a circle, that is X comma Y. Okay, so if I connect this point, would you agree that this length is going to be called the radius?
Yes, sir.
This, now, this is X, this is A. There is a right angle triangle being formed over here. If you closely observe this distance, the X value is AX, and over here the X value is A. If I ask you what is this distance going to be equal to?
Subtract from A minus X.
X minus A. Yes, very good. So this length is going to be X minus A. If this value is Y and this value is B, then this difference is going to
Y
be
minus
Y
B.
minus B. Now it's a right angle triangle. Okay, so it must satisfy Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem would be the square of this length plus the square of this length should be equal to this length. So X minus A the whole thing square plus Y minus B the whole thing square equals to R square. This is defined as the equation of the circle. Okay, where the coordinates for the center of the circle are these. A and B are the coordinates of the center of the circle, and R represents the radius of the circle. Okay, that is the completing square form for the equation of the circle. So in the first slide, that's written over here. Now, try to understand this question. Write down the coordinates of the center and the radius of each of these circles. So there is our circle whose equation is x square plus y square equals to 4. This means what is going to be the center then? Can I write x square as x minus 0 the whole thing square?
Yes, sir.
Y square is y minus 0 the whole thing square, and 4 is
Yes.
perfect square of 2. So if you compare it with the general form of this equation of the circle, that was x minus a the whole thing square plus y minus b the whole thing square equals to r square. What is the value of a over here?
0.
What is the value of b?
0.
So the center of the circle is 0, 0. A circle having center 0, 0 means that the center is the origin of the circle. That's why any equation in which you have x square plus y square, if it is in the form of x square plus y square, that means that the center of the circle is the origin. And what is the radius over here? R value is 2.
2 square.
So radius is going to be 2. Not 2 square, radius value is going to be 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's try to understand the second example. What is, by looking at the equation, what are going to be the coordinates of the center of the circle?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Very good. So center of the circle is going to be 2, 4. What is going to be the radius?
50.
Over here, that's
50.
the perfect square of 10. So the radius is going to be
Oh, yeah, 10, 10.
10.
10.
Right. Consider the other
That
example.
will be 1 minute, sir. Just give me a minute. I'll use calculator. That's -1 and 8.
Yes.
Sure.
Good. Now, although we have x plus 1 the whole thing square over here, if we rearrange this equation in the form given, It's going to be x minus minus 1 the whole thing square plus y minus 8 the whole thing square equals to square root 12 the whole thing square. Square root of 12 square is 12. So as you can see that the coordinates of the turning points are going to be negative 1 comma 8 and the radius is going to be, what is going to be my radius?
It's 2.4. Is that correct?
Radius is this value. What is the radius? Square root of
Square root 12.
12. Very good.
So,
Understood this
sir,
question?
if we have a square root, we leave it as square root.
Sorry?
Like in square root of 12, we leave it as square root of 12 because there is no square of 12.
Okay. That in the equation, this value is equal to r square. Okay.
Oh yes,
R square is equal to 12. What is the radius going to be equal to?
square root of 12.
Square
Okay,
root of
understood,
12.
sir.
That's why I'm writing it in this form. Because when I'm going to square the radius value, I'm going to get 12. Is that okay?
Sir, understood, sir.
Now the next example says, find the equation of the circle with center minus 4 comma 3 and radius 6. So
So, sir, it is we'll say x plus 4
x plus
plus
4 the whole thing
y,
square.
yeah, y minus 3 square, yeah, equals to 6 square.
Yeah, which is 36. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is going to be our equation of the circle. Understood?
Sir, understood.
Okay. Now there's A is a point 3 comma 0 and B is a point 7 comma minus 4. Find the equation of a circle that has AB as a diameter.
Sir, we'll say 7 minus 3 and
Now,
negative 4
AB
plus 0.
AB must serve as a diameter. So A coordinate is 3 comma 0, B coordinate is 7 comma minus 4. We need to find the equation of the circle that has AB as a diameter. If these are the coordinates of A and B, okay, now the equation of a circle is in this form as we have agreed. In order to find the equation of a circle, I need two things. One is the center coordinates and one is the radius. How do I find the center coordinates if AB is the diameter?
Subtract 7 minus 3.
Sorry?
Subtract 7 minus 3.
You are going to find the midpoint. You're going
Divide y2 plus y1 divided by x2 minus x1.
Yes, because AB is a diameter, then the center of the circle is going to be the midpoint of the AB. So center of circle coordinates are going to be x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus
Yeah,
y2
and
upon
yeah.
2. So that is going to be 10 upon 2, 5 and negative 2. Okay.
Yes, sir, understood.
All right. Now you have the center. How do I find the length of the radius?
Length, we'll say that I forgot the formula actually. Is it the y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1? That's for gradient.
Yeah. Uh, would you agree that in order to find the radius, I can find either the length CB or the length
Yes,
CA?
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to find the length using these 2 points. A is 30, center is 5 comma negative 2. Using these 2 points, find the length CA, which represents the radius. That is going to be square root
Oh yeah, we'll add a
x2
square
minus
plus b
x1 the whole
square.
thing square
Yeah.
plus y2 minus y1 the whole thing square. 5 minus 3 the whole thing
Okay.
square plus negative 2 minus 0 the whole thing square root. Okay. So that comes out to be square root of 8. Are you with me till here?
Sir.
So we have the radius and we have the center. What's going to be my equation of the circle?
Yes.
What is going to be my equation of the circle?
I would say x minus 1 minute, minus 5, yeah, y plus 2 square equals to square root 8.
Square root of 8. So yeah,
Yeah,
x minus 5 the whole thing square plus y plus 2 the whole thing square equals to 8.
plus 8. So why not square root 8?
Because we write like we have to square it, no? The equation is
Oh,
equal
yes.
to r square. So if the radius is square root of 8, you're going to square it and then write the square term over
Oh,
here.
yes, yeah. Remove the square. Yeah.
All right.
It will cancel out with the square root and the power of 2.
Yeah. Do you understand this now?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Now, in case of the equation of a circle, please remember that the coefficient of x square and y square must always be same. Coefficient of x square and y square will always be same in case of the circle equation.
So
Okay,
what do you
now
mean coefficient?
coefficient means, for example, over here, if I ask you what is the coefficient of x square, you are going to say 1. What is the coefficient of y square? You are going to say 1.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sir.
So
So
the
it must be
coefficient of
like
x square
in.
and y square must always be the same.
Okay, understood. So it will be 1 1.
Hmm.
So what if it's not same?
If it's not 1 1, it could be 2 2 as well. 2x square plus 2y
Okay,
square.
so they will give me the same coefficient.
Yes, the coefficient of x square and y square should be the same for the equation of a circle. Now we
Okay,
are going to be
understood.
looking at now we are going to be looking at other form.
Sir, do I have to take screenshot of the questions?
Yeah, do take the screenshot of the questions at the end. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now this is x minus a the whole thing square plus y minus b the whole thing square equals to r square. This is known as completing square form of equation of circle. Now, when you're going to expand this, you're going to get the expanded form. So if I have to expand x minus a the whole thing square, that is going to be x square minus 2ax plus a square. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
If I have to expand y minus b the whole
Y
thing square,
square
y
minus
square
2ab
minus 2
2ay
2by
2by.
plus b square, right? So
Yes, sir.
x square plus, if now I'm going to rearrange this, x square plus y square minus 2ax minus 2by plus a square plus b square minus r square equals to 0. Can you just make sense of this, what I have done over here? Do you understand
Very.
how it's working?
Yes, sir. So you just like place them by their like
I
x
have
square
just
plus y
rearranged them.
square.
I have taken x square plus y
Yes.
square over here, minus 2x minus 2by plus a square plus b square minus r square. Okay.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Now, this is called the expanded form. Now, what is
So I
the,
have to expand.
this is called the expanded form. Like you have expanded the completing square form of the equation of the circle. This is called the
The
expanded
formula.
form. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say the equation is x square plus y square plus 10x minus 8y equals minus 8y minus 40 equals to 0. Now, is this the equation of the circle? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But which form is this?
Expanded.
This is the
Expanded form.
expanded form. Very good. This is the expanded form. Now, if I give you this equation and if I ask you to find me the center of the circle and the radius, what are you going to do? You are going to compare.
Sir, yeah.
You're going to compare the x terms. Okay. What is the coefficient of x over here? 10.
5, 10, 10, 10.
And what is the coefficient of x over here?
2
Minus 2a.
minus 2.
Okay, so minus 2a is going to be equal to the coefficient of x.
That
And
should be negative 5.
yeah, and minus 2b should be equal to the coefficient of y.
Yes, sir, understood, sir. So we'll just like what's the name? You first taught me the quadratic thing. It's like
Yeah,
the same as that.
yeah, exactly.
Sir, they will give me the expanded form.
So
This
yes,
x square plus y square plus 10x minus 8y minus 40 equals to 0. They'll give me, I'll just need to expand this x minus a square plus y minus b square equals to r square. I'll expand it. Then I'll just apply this. So I'll have to take negative 2ax and divide it with 10. And for b also, I just take 2by and minus 8.
yeah.
Okay,
So now
understood.
the idea is that whenever they give you the expanded form for the equation of a circle, take the to find the center of the circle, take the coefficient of x, okay, and equate it to minus 2a. Just remember this. And take the
Okay,
coefficient
sir.
of y and equate it to minus 2b. Instead of expanding this every time, just remember that to find the coordinates of the center of the circle, coefficient of x must be equal to negative 2a and coefficient of y should be kept equal to negative minus 2b. So a is going to be, in this example, minus 5, b is going to be 4. So can I say that the center of the circle, center of circle
Center of the circle. Yeah.
is 5, negative
It
5
is
comma
negative
4.
4.
Okay. Now we need to find the radius. All right. So the radius, so the constant term over here must be equal to the radius. Okay. Sorry, the constant term over here must be equal to a square plus b square minus r square. So a square plus b square minus r square is equals to the constant term, that is negative 40. And we have the values of a and b. We are going to plug these values in. Minus 5 square plus 4 square minus r square equals to negative 40. 25 plus 9, sorry, 25 plus 16 minus r square equals to negative 40. R square
Yes,
is going
sir, I
to,
understood.
yeah, so what's the value of r going to be?
9.
25 plus 16
9.
plus 40, 81. R square is 81 and r is 9. Right. Okay, so the radius is 9 and the center of the circle is minus 5 comma 4. This is how you're going to work it out. Understood?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay.
That's it.
No. Okay. Yeah, the working for this question is that this is the only working for this question.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay. Now we are going to be discussing some of the properties of the circle, angle properties of a circle. Whenever we have a right angle triangle being made in a semicircle. Now for the semicircle, if the question says that point A and C lie on the circle, A, B, C lie on the circumference of a circle and AC is the diameter. If AC is the diameter, do you agree that the center of the circle must lie on AC?
Yes, sir.
And if there is an angle being made in the semicircle, because the diameter is going to divide the circle in two parts. So if there is an angle being made in the semicircle, that is always going to be 90 degree, which means that triangle ABC is going to be a right angle triangle. Does this make sense?
Could you repeat the last?
Yeah. if AC is the diameter, is my voice lagging?
Sorry, your voice is not lagging. Just I was fixing my mic, you know.
Okay, okay. So if point A, B, C are going to lie on the circumference of a circle and AC is a diameter, then the center of the circle must lie on the line AC, and angle ABC is going to be the right angle triangle. Angle ABC is going to be 90°, hence it is going to be forming a right angle triangle. So the property is angle in a
Okay.
semicircle is a right angle triangle. Now,
Okay.
the other important property is that if you have a chord, do you know what a chord is?
Yeah, the small part of the circle, that's
No, a chord is a line inside a circle that is not passing through the center and touching the circle at 2 points.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that is the
Yes,
chord.
sir.
Now, if we drop a perpendicular, line to the chord, meaning at 90°, so that is going to bisect the chord into two parts. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for example, if I say that this is point A and this is point B, would you agree that this line is going to be the perpendicular bisector?
So could you repeat the last part again
Yeah. If
after
I tell
the
you that
division?
if I tell you that point A and B lies on the circumference of a circle making a chord, okay, AB is a chord. So would you agree that the perpendicular bisector of the line is going to pass through the center of the circle? The
Yes, sir.
perpendicular bisector of AB, which is this line, must pass through the center of the circle.
Yes.
Okay. And because it is a perpendicular bisector, it is going to bisect the chord in two parts.
Okay.
Okay, now understand the situation. If I give you the coordinates of A and coordinates of B, okay. And so can you find me the equation of the perpendicular bisector?
So actually, I forgot the equation for perpendicular bisector.
How do we
Is
find the
it
equation of perpendicular bisector?
um I don't remember. Uh, Bisector.
This is what you were doing in the last class. In the last class, I taught you that if you have 2 points, A and B, and if you want to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, you're first of all going to find the gradient of AB,
Yes,
okay?
yes, sir.
And you're
Y
going to find the
minus
gradient of the
y1.
perpendicular line. So if let's say
Sir,
the
is it
gradient of
the
AB comes out to be 2 upon 3, then the gradient of the perpendicular bisector is going to be
oh uh, that will be 3/2?
negative 3 upon 2, negative reciprocal.
Negative 3/2. Yeah,
All right.
inverse.
Okay. And where is this perpendicular bisector passing from? It is passing from the midpoint of AB.
Midpoint.
So we are going to calculate the midpoint. We are going to find the midpoint of AB.
We'll add
Okay.
y x1
Now
plus
using the
x2 divided
midpoint
by
and
2.
the gradient, you're going to find the equation in the equation of the line. Okay, y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. Both
Yes.
forms are correct. Okay. So that's how you can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. Now this perpendicular
Sir?
bisector, the property says that the perpendicular bisector of the chord must pass through the center of the circle. So the center of the circle is going to be lying on the perpendicular bisector. Now here is one another interesting thing. If I take another point C, okay, and if I join points C and B, would you agree that this is going to be a chord?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay,
Yeah.
if I am going to draw the perpendicular bisector of the line CB, that is also going to pass through the center of the circle. Please remember this.
Sir, it will be equal, yeah?
No, it's not going to be equal. C is another point, B is another point. If you
Okay,
are
okay.
so if the center of the circle is also going to be lying on the perpendicular bisector of the chord BC as well.
Okay.
So here is the
Okay,
idea.
sir.
This is how the question comes. What they are going to do is they are going to give you the coordinates A, B, C, and they are going to say that the points A, B, C lie on a circumference of a circle. Okay. and point A, B, C are given, you will be expected to find the center of the circle. Now, how do we do this? The first step is going to be, you're going to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB and the equation of the perpendicular bisector of CB. And then you are going to solve these two equations simultaneously to get the point of intersection. Where are the two perpendicular bisector intersecting?
At O.
O, which is the center of the circle. So in the case where you are expected to find the equation of a circle, for the equation of a circle, you need the center of the circle. And this is how you're going to find the center of the circle if the 3 points lie on the circumference of a circle. Okay? Make sense?
Yes, sir. So it means that both of these perpendicular bisectors will intersect on O. That's it. And
Yeah.
sir, do we have to like use the same steps for both, to use the midpoint and to use y equals mx plus c, and to use the m1 multiply m2 is equals to -1?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, the third property is that the radius and the tangent are if this is a line that is tangent to the circle at point P, and this is your radius, then the radius and the tangent are always going to be at a right angle triangle. Okay. So OP becomes the radius and this is the tangent line. They are at 90 degrees to each other. Do you agree with me?
So could you repeat?
I'm saying that the property says that the tangent to the circle at a point is perpendicular to the radius of that point. So the radius, this is the radius and this is the tangent line. Would you agree that this is going to be perpendicular, meaning they are going to be at 90 degrees to each other?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So if this tangent has a gradient of 2 upon 3, what is going to be the gradient of this perpendicular
-3
line?
upon 2.
Negative 3 upon 2. Okay, just remember this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and it is passing through point P. Let's say I give you point P coordinates as 1, 2. So using the gradient of this line OP and the point P, can you come up with the equation of the line?
That is the x1 plus x2 is divided by
Y
2 and
minus
y2.
Y1 equals
Yeah,
to
yeah.
M x minus
Mx
minus
plus,
x1.
yeah.
So 2y minus 4 equals to negative 3x plus 3. 2y plus 3x equals to 7. That is going to be the equation of this line.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now I want you to read these three statements. And if there are any queries, let me know.
Sir, these three only I have to learn about the circle, angle of semicircle, right angle, and these perpendicular and tangent only?
I'm sorry, come again.
I have to only learn these three for circle.
Yes, these properties for circle, you should know them because these properties are going to be applicable in the questions. Okay, I'll show you the question. Have you read
Okay.
these properties?
Uh,
Have you read these properties?
The table, yeah, I read it.
Okay. Now I want you to give it a try and solve this question. The first step in solving this question is to realize that If you join P and Q, you are going to get a chord. Now, because we want to find the center of the circle, we need to find the coordinates of the center of the circle. We are going to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the chord. So we are going to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the chord PQ, and also the perpendicular bisector of the chord QR, because the perpendicular bisector of the chord will go and meet the center of the circle. So we need this point. So for that, we are going to first find the equation of these two lines. So what is going to be my first step? I'm going to find the gradient
We'll
of the
use the
line.
formula.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the idea is to find the equation of perpendicular bisector of PQ. Okay, we are going to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. The first thing that you are going to do is find the gradient of PQ. So the gradient is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the gradient of PQ comes out to be 1. So what is going to be the gradient of the perpendicular bisector?
It is -1.
-1. Now, then you're going to find the midpoint of PQ.
So what's that, Mr.? Is it MH or is it MB?
This one,
Yes, is it MB or MH?
I have made a perpendicular symbol over here.
Okay, okay,
Midpoint of PQ is going to be x1 plus x2 upon 2,
okay.
y1 plus y2 upon 2. So that's going to be 0, 5. Now using this point, this gradient and this point, I'm going to find the equation of the circle. Sorry, equation of a line. Perpendicular bisector line. Y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. So y minus 5 equals to negative x. So y equals to 5 minus x. That is the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. Similarly, you are going to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of QR. So first you are going to find the gradient of QR, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's going to be -1 upon 2. So what is going to be the gradient of the perpendicular bisector of QR?
2, 1. That will be 2.
2, right? Now
Is it
what is going to
2?
be the
Yeah, yeah.
midpoint of QR?
Midpoint
What is going to be my midpoint of QR?
will subtract
No,
1.
midpoint.
Will add 1
Add
plus
and take the
5
average out.
yeah,
So that's
that
going to be
is
3, 5,
3,
right?
5. Yes.
Okay. So now you're
So
going
we'll
to
use y
form the equation of
minus
y minus
y1.
y1 equals to m x minus x1.
Okay. Then we'll get 2x, 2, 3 is 6. Yeah.
Y equals to 2x
That will give
minus 1.
me 2x minus 1. Yeah.
Okay, now do you see that if you're going to solve the two perpendicular bisector equations simultaneously, you are going to get the coordinates of the center of a circle? So,
Yes, sir.
so please solve this equation and this equation simultaneously. Solve equation 1 and 2 simultaneously. What are the x and y values? When you solve these two equations simultaneously, solve it, come on. Go for substitution method.
Sir, I forgot how to solve simultaneously.
Okay, the
Yes, sir,
first,
I remember. 1 minute, 1 minute. Sir, just give me a minute. I'll just solve it. 1 minute.
okay.
Sir, in place of y, you'll just say 5 minus x is equal to 2x minus 1, then you'll solve it, yeah?
You're going to, like, for substitution, you are going to make y the subject. So y is 5 minus x, and insert 5 minus x over here. Solve for x and y, you get x is 2 and y is 3. Now these are the coordinates of the center of the circle. 2,
So could you
3.
show me the simultaneous equation again? How did you solve it?
So if this is your equation number 1 and this is your equation number 2, substitute y in the second equation. So instead of y, write 5 minus x.
Yeah, is equal to 2x minus 1. Yeah,
X is 6 upon 3, that is 2. Y was 5 minus
yes.
x, that is 5
Oh,
minus
yes.
3.
Okay. Okay. I did
Yeah.
mistakes then. Yeah, okay.
All right. So the center of the circle is 2, 3. Now the second thing we need to find is the radius. Now the radius is simply the distance CP. Either you can take CP, or you can take CQ, or you can take CR. All represents the radius. Okay.
So, sir, we'll use the formula that is a minus x minus a square plus
X2 minus x1 the whole
y.
square plus y2 minus y1 the whole thing square. That is the length formula. You're going to find the length between these 2 points. So I'm taking CP. So minus 1 minus 2 the whole thing square plus 4 minus 3 the whole thing square. 3 square is 9. 1. So the radius comes out to be square root 10. Therefore, the equation of the circle is going to be x minus 2 the whole thing square plus y minus 3 the whole thing square equals to r square. So r square is going to be 10.
10.
Okay, that is the
Okay,
equation of
sir.
the circle. So that is the minimum working you need to show for this kind of question. All
Okay,
right,
sir, understood.
understood? Great.
Sir, how many mark questions are these?
It's going to be around 6 marks at least. Okay.
Okay.
All right.